In recent weeks, headlines and social media posts have sparked widespread curiosity about the so-called $1,000 Trump account. Many families are asking what it is, whether it's real, and what steps may be required to qualify. As with many proposed financial programs, confusion spreads quickly when clear details are limited. This report breaks down what the Trump account refers to, why it's being discussed now, and what families should realistically expect. Rather than hype or rumors, we'll focus on how these accounts are framed, who could potentially benefit, and how households can prepare if such a plan moves forward. The term Trump account generally refers to a proposed or discussed savings-style benefit connected to broader tax or family support ideas associated with Donald Trump's policy platform. While not an active federal program yet, supporters describe it as a one-time or starter financial boost, often cited as $1,000, designed to encourage savings, investment, or financial security for American families. Importantly, no automatic deposits are currently taking place. Understanding the difference between a proposal and a live benefit is critical so families don't fall for scams or misinformation circulating online. According to policy discussions, the goal behind a $1,000 Trump account would be long-term financial empowerment rather than short-term spending. Unlike stimulus checks, these funds would likely be restricted to approved uses, such as education, retirement savings, or investment growth. This concept mirrors past proposals for baby bonds or government-seeded savings accounts. If implemented, families would not simply receive cash in hand. Instead, funds would likely be deposited into a designated account structure with rules governing access, withdrawals, and growth over time. Eligibility is one of the biggest unanswered questions families should understand. Proposals suggest the benefit could be income-based, child-based, or tied to citizenship and tax filing status. Some versions focus on newborn children, while others emphasize working families or middle-income households. If enacted, families would almost certainly need to file federal taxes, provide Social Security numbers, and verify household information. Those who don't regularly file or update records could miss out. Preparation, rather than assumption, will be key if eligibility rules are finalized. Families should also understand that no official enrollment portals currently exist for a Trump account. Any website, text message, or phone call claiming immediate signups should be treated with extreme caution. Government financial programs are always announced through official channels like the IRS, Treasury Department, or Social Security Administration. Scammers often exploit political excitement to steal personal data. Families should never provide banking information or Social Security numbers unless guidance comes directly from a verified government source and announced through trusted media outlets. If a Trump account were approved, the process would likely mirror other federal benefit enrollments. Families might need to opt in through tax filings, an online government portal, or a financial institution partnered with the program. In some cases, accounts could be automatically created for eligible individuals, similar to Treasury-backed savings bonds. However, even automatic systems usually require verification steps. Keeping tax records accurate, addresses updated, and identity documents current would be essential to avoid delays or exclusions. Another important factor families must consider is how the $1,000 would interact with existing benefits. Depending on program design, funds could be excluded from income calculations or temporarily affect eligibility for means-tested programs like SSI, SNAP, or Medicaid. Lawmakers often include protections to prevent benefit loss, but nothing should be assumed. Families relying on multiple support programs should carefully review official guidance before accessing or moving funds to avoid unintended consequences. Taxes are another major concern. While the $1,000 amount itself could be non-taxable, any interest or investment gains generated within the account might be subject to future taxation. Some proposals suggest tax-free growth, while others do not. Understanding these distinctions matters for long-term planning. Families who treat the account as a savings tool rather than a quick payout could see greater value over time, especially if matching contributions or growth incentives are later added. Timing is also critical. Even if legislation were passed, funding and implementation would not happen overnight. Federal programs often take months or even years to roll out fully. Rulemaking, system development, and budget allocation all come first. Families expecting immediate payments may be disappointed. Instead, Financial planners advise treating such proposals as future opportunities, not guaranteed income. Staying informed while maintaining realistic expectations helps households avoid poor financial decisions based on unconfirmed timelines. For families who want to be ready, the best step right now is organization. Ensure your tax filings are up to date, dependent information is accurate, and direct deposit details are correct with the IRS. If accounts are tied to children, confirm birth records and Social Security numbers are properly filed. These steps won't guarantee eligibility, but they remove common barriers that delay benefits when programs launch. Preparation often determines who receives assistance first. Families should also pay attention to how states may interact with a federal Trump account program. Some states might supplement federal benefits, while others may impose additional rules. State tax treatment could differ as well. This is especially relevant for families in high-tax or high-cost states. Monitoring both federal and state new NCEMents ensures households don't overlook local opportunities or obligations tied to the account. Another overlooked aspect is financial education. Many proposals include optional or required guidance on how funds should be used. Families may be encouraged or required to select approved investment options, savings plans, or education accounts. This could benefit households unfamiliar with investing, but it also limits flexibility. Understanding these constraints ahead of time allows families to plan how the funds could best support long-term goals like college costs, home ownership, or retirement stability. It's also important to address misinformation directly. Despite bold claims online, no one can currently claim a $1,000 Trump account. There is no form, no hotline, and no guaranteed payment date. Families should rely on official legislative updates, not viral videos or sensational headlines. Staying skeptical protects both finances and personal data. If a real program is approved, it will be impossible to miss. Major announcements will appear across national news outlets. Political changes could also shape the future of the program. Elections, budget negotiations, and congressional approval all influence whether proposals become law. Even if one version fails, similar ideas may reappear under different names or structures. Families should focus less on branding and more on policy substance. The core idea, government-seated financial accounts, has bipartisan roots and may evolve regardless of political leadership. For lower-income families, the potential impact could be significant if designed correctly. A $1,000 starting balance, combined with growth and protections, could provide a financial cushion many households lack. However, benefits are only helpful if accessible and protected. Advocates emphasize the importance of simple enrollment, clear rules, and safeguards against fees or misuse. Families should watch closely to see whether final designs truly serve those most in need. Middle-class families may view the account differently, as a long-term planning tool rather than emergency support. Used strategically, funds could complement college savings plans or retirement accounts. However, restrictions could limit flexibility compared to traditional savings vehicles. Families should be prepared to compare the Trump account's rules with existing options before deciding how much value it offers them personally. As discussions continue, patience and awareness remain essential. Financial programs often sound transformative during early announcements, but details determine real impact. Families who stay informed, avoid scams, and prepare documentation are best positioned to benefit if the program moves forward. Overreacting or spending based on expectations can cause harm, while calm preparation creates opportunity. In summary, the $1,000 Trump account is best understood as a proposed financial support concept rather than a guaranteed payment. Families don't need to apply yet, but they do need to stay alert, informed, and organized. If enacted, knowing the rules early could make a real difference. Until then, smart preparation and realistic expectations remain the most powerful tools households have.